It's West Best Wednesday and we're 2 weeks out from the festival. So today we're going to be chatting with Doris.
Since breaking my leg, I've noticed how much I enjoy packing the van.
And Dan's going to give you an update on the festival lineup. Produced on Awabakal and Warramai land, this is The Good Stuff, powered by BYD on Newcastle Live.
This is
Good
stuff.
The good stuff.
One of the bands that I'm most looking forward to see at West Best Bloc Fest is Doris. We caught up with them to chat about their lineup change and also some of their fave moments so far. I want to start off by asking about Thrashville, which you just played, and with a broken leg too. How was it?
It was really fun. Our first show was technically a Thrashville show, but it was during COVID, so it was cool to be back and see it in its full form, I guess.
Yeah. How did you guys originally get together?
We were at school, so Miles, Cullen and I went to school together, and we had a few other members over the years, but then we met Charlie and Bronte only sort of towards the end of last year. And then as soon as we started playing together, it just sort of clicked straight away. So it's pretty fresh for us as this lineup, I guess.
Yeah, it is. So how do you feel the sounds changed with the lineup change? Has it? Or?
Yeah, I think previously it was a lot more focused on the indie sort of side of it, but now it's a lot more emo or post-hardcore. They're sort of our main influences now.
Yeah. It was really interesting to watch you guys because it felt like it kept building, but it never was too much for too long, if you know what I mean. It was just perfect. It was really great. How do you go about structuring out songs and making sure they're just right?
I think it kind of depends on the song, but we all have a very good idea of what we want out of our music. We all have very similar influences. We all listen to a lot of the same music, and so I think for the most part we all just kind of know what works just intuitively. We don't really go into the songwriting process hey, this is exactly how we're going to make this and structure this out. Zeke might bring us just a guitar riff and we all just try to work around that and we'll build a song up from there. But it's never really a case of this is we have a set plan beforehand. It's just, okay, this sounds good, this is working for us, that's cool, let's hang on to that.
I also think we focus a lot less on counting things. I think it's just very watching each other, watching Charlie, our drummer, seeing when he's ready to come back in. We also spend maybe 3 or 4 months demoing a song before anyone hears it, so we can listen back and know what's dragging on for too long, what needs to be longer, things like that.
What have been some of your favourite moments playing as Doris?
I think definitely my favorite moment so far was halfway through our tour when we played a show in Melbourne at Bad Decisions Bar with Propane and Garage Sale. And I just remember going home from that night feeling so euphoric. I was just so happy, and I knew that what we had created together and just not even the band, but just the people that we got to meet and everything. It was just very much a I'm doing the right thing kind of moment. And yeah.
I always thought my favorite moments were those agonizing times of playing for 6 hours and then finally getting something right. But since breaking my leg, I've noticed how much I enjoy packing the van. I miss standing there with everyone and yelling at each other, get everything in there. They're probably the most fun bits. Just doing nothing together, just being humans, making mistakes in front of each other and just allowing each other to exist very freely. I think they're my favorite moments.
I think just smaller, more intimate moments with the band, when we're at band practice, we're just trying to nut some super specific thing out. It's last night we had a band practice that was supposed to be for this, but then we ended up spending an hour working on a single harmony for all of us to do in one song that we couldn't even apply to the live set. But it was just
fun.
So fun and enjoyable, and it just felt so rewarding when we finally got there. So yeah, I think just like those little moments really stand out for me.
Yeah. Oh, what's next for Doris?
We're writing an album. It's very odd for us because I guess we've already been around for a little bit, but as this new lineup, we've very much approached it as just a fresh band. So we're taking all of those steps the new band takes. So by the end of the year, there'll be CDs out with demos on it, for example, and then just playing as many shows as we can, reaching new audiences, and then next year releasing an album that has, I don't know, I guess it's difficult for us because playing anything that's already released wasn't written with everyone's in the group now, so we're much more inclined to play new stuff because that's what we're all attached to. So mainly just focusing on working on that and getting it out.
Was there ever a thought in between, like when the lineup changed, of rebranding at all?
Yeah, I think for a brief moment, Doris, I was just gonna call it quits on it, but I think as soon as we played together as a group, I was very much like motivated again. I enjoyed it a lot, and we applied like a rebrand to our band, but just without changing the name. Just refined everything, made everything more consistent as a group, and just really like very specifically looked at certain items and made sure like we were doing things the way we wanted this time.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, legends. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
Thank you.
This is where it
Sounds good.
good stuff.
Have you started picking the bands you're going to see on the West Best Bloc Festival lineup? Sadly, if you had planned to see Grub, Alestial or Gun, they will no longer be appearing as part of the bill. But the good news is, Band Aid have let us know that Samuel Winder, local favourites Slapjack and heavy hitters Wayward Kings will be stepping up to the plate for the event. We're pretty excited about these new additions to the bill and can't wait to see these three bands when they hit the stage as part of the festival in just under 2 weeks. And if you haven't got your tickets yet, last year's festival sold out. Like, what are you doing with your life? Get on it.
The good stuff. That's it for the good stuff today. I'd love to say a big thank you to Doris, and we'll see you tomorrow from 4 p.m.